Zpátky doma v Guild Wars 2. Tak, dlouho jsem nestreamoval. Co to tady mám za story? Dragon's Reach Part 1. To by mělo pokračovat tu story tam, kde skončila. Jo, naposledy jsme se snažili dostat dohromady ten sněm. Dlouho jsem nestreamoval. Je to protože z převážné části jednak jsem byl nemocnej posledních pár dní a jednak jsem byl prostě všeobecně tak jako busy s jinýma věcma, takže jsem se bohužel nedostal k těmhletěm a radovánkám, jako je streamování Guild Wars 2. Hnedka, jak přijdem do Holbraku, tak dostaneme mail od Treherna, s kterým to půjde z kopce eventuálně. Commander Ancelaria, I'm writing to inform you that at the behest of the Pale Tree, I will be attending the summit you are arranging to discuss Mordermot. I'm deeply curious to discover what the world leaders will say about the idea of combining efforts. I know we could use the additional firepower. With it, maybe we'll lose fewer people than we did when we fought Zaitan. I foresee that my presence will cause a bit of a stir, and that the attendees will want to report on the Pact's plans. If you could meet with me in the grove prior to the gathering, I will fill you in so you can relay the information to the attendees. If you manage to convince the leaders to work together, it will be an enormous victory. I will look forward to seeing you again. I have some things to tell you about the Pact and our plans for Mordermot. Jasně, takže slyšíme od Treherna, což je velká postava v základní story Guild Wars 2, pak trošku ustoupil do pozadí v sezóně 1, tuším, a my teďka hrajeme vlastně sezónu 2 znova, opakujeme ji. Takže tohle je samozřejmě stará story, nicméně děláme ji na achievementy, které tam přidali znova.
Hello, old friend. What are you doing here?
We need to talk to you about something important.
Let's sit down over here. We can talk in comfort.
Very comfortable.
Tell me, what is it?
Should I be worried? Yes, an elder dragon, Mordermot, has awakened. It's already attacked 2 major fronts, Fort Salma and Concordia, and is going after waypoints. We've come to invite Nude Whitebear to a summit to discuss the threat. No, Whitebear won't attend anything like that. We have more than enough challenge with Jormang and the Sons of Svanir. Surely there's something we can say to convince him?
You don't understand. This is bigger than us. Jormag is dangerous, but it's only one member of the Pack of Elder Dragons.
I understand more than you think.
No, you don't. If you did, you'd know that Mordermot's reach is spreading. Its tendrils are showing up all over the place.
The Elder Dragons each behave differently. We're only beginning to learn of Mordermot's power. I just don't believe Whitebear would leave here while Jormag's threat looms.
Ugh. Furthermore, we're not responsible for all over the place. We're responsible for our people. I just don't think Whitebear will leave Holbrack right now. And by the time Mordermot reaches Holbrack, it will be too late. And then our people will have 2 dragons attempting to destroy us all. We have to challenge the greatest threat first. Exactly. Right now Mordermot is wreaking the most damage upon Tyria. If what you say is true, then this may be worth a discussion, at least. So, will you speak to him about it?
I know what would make Whitebear more likely to attend your summit.
What's that?
If he had fewer headaches, he'd be more inclined to leave Holbrack. The Sons of Svanir have been even more trouble lately. There's a group of them who've been killing and corrupting Norn. If I could tell Whitebear we dealt them a serious blow, well...
We'll take care of it.
We should split up. You head straight to Frostforge and find the totem. Bram and I will make our way there from the other side.
You and me?
We won't be far away. Whitebear will be all the more impressed if you deal with this alone. If you're successful, I'll speak to White Bear myself.
I have every confidence that you can handle this challenge alone. I've seen you in action. Bram and I won't be far. We'll keep as many reinforcements from coming at you as possible. Alright, where do I go? The Svanir have a base in the high peaks where they're raising a totem to Jormak. Go to Arundan Vale in Frostgard Sound and find a hunter named Cowlin. She'll know how you can best help there. And if I do this, you'll put in a good word with Nude White Bear? I'll make sure he understands the seriousness of the situation and the need to deal with Mordremoth before it gets too much stronger. I'm ready. I'll see you when it's done. Maybe I should go with you. The Sons of Svanir can be cunning and extremely vicious. I think I should go with you. No, go with Air. I want to do this on my own. Oh, come on, boss. What if something happens to you out there? I'd rather be with you than with her. Do it for me. Think of her as just another hunter. I'll be fine. Že zaměstnávají nás pochůzkama. A mimochodem, podle všeho, a teda zkusím vyjít nejdřív z instance, kdyby náhodou to ovlivňovalo ten výběr, ale podle všeho se nemusí dělat úplně všechny ty mise v pořadí, stačí asi vlastně jako zaškrtnout určitý části toho, co udělat, ale upřímně si nejsem jistý, jak se to v tuhle chvíli vybírá, takže stejně chceme mít tu story určitě trošku kohézní, trošku pohromadě, takže koukám, že tady tu mapu nemáme celou objevenou na téhletý postavě. A zajímalo by mě, jak je na tom naše mesmerka, která bude dělat tyhle mapy potom na legendárky. Nicméně tady tu oblast máme. You just missed our raid. Barrowstead's in shambles now. I'll check it out. Tak to díky. Jo, pokud se nemýlím, ty eventy, které jsme tady dělali v rámci jednoho toho daily, tak tady ty spodní, tak právě pocházejí z tohohle období, z té sezóny 2. A ten raid, na který naráží, je jako ve skutečnosti prostě tady event, který vede až začíná tady na nedalekým kopci a vede právě sem až za bránou. Prej shambles. OK, to bylo rychlý. Mission accomplished. A ono to občas jako prostě navazuje na ten event, takže ho člověk nejdřív musí udělat, než zašli s touhle storkou, proto to vypadá teďka trochu komicky.
Well done, Bram. That was impressive.
Thanks. That was the first time I've ever seen you fight. I guess the legends are true.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So.
So, who else is starving?
I could eat a whole Dolyak and its harness.
Let's head back to Holbreck and we can celebrate with a feast. What do you say?
Oh, doggy. Pardon, jsem si trochu zasek. I was right. You could handle it on your own. Now I can relay this new legendary feat to White Bear, and he'll be more inclined to agree to your summit. You've eased his burden. Thank you, but I have to say no to your feast. I'm disappointed, but we'll do it some other time. I'm going to guess that you have something important to do? Yes, I'm meeting a friend near the Black Citadel. Bram's friend Rox. I hear she's a good companion. Yes, she is.
Thank you for destroying the totem.
We're always happy to send the Svanir home crying.
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
I have to go now. May you always walk with Wolf at your side.
You too.
Jaký zavřelý vztah. You've known her a long time, right? Is she always like that? You mean strong and confident? Yeah, I guess. I mean, I've heard the stories, but I never connected the heir in the legends to the heir who is my mother. Until today. She's an avalanche. She has to be. She's had to move mountains. I see that now. I'm starting to understand why she left. You can't move mountains with a child on your back. If anyone can convince Newt Whitebear to attend the summit, it's her. We Norn have been loners for too many winters. I don't see how we can continue to hunt alone, not with the other dragons awake. Getting Whitebear to the summit will be the first step. Takže zase krok bez achievement progresu. A zároveň jsme koukám dostali lahvičku, která je potřeba na modry, což je kytka gobler, který vám umožňuje zbavovat se přebytečného Bloodstoneu, což je přesně můj případ. Bloodstoneu není nikdy málo, jak se říká, že některých věcí není nikdy dost, tak u Bloodstoneu to platí převážně naopak. OK, každopádně nadále máme sledovat stopu v Ascalonu mezi čary, respektive stopu. Jít za dalšíma spojencema. Se nám přepnu šperky na legendární, když už je máme. Ať reprezentujou. Teď nevím, jestli je to tohle. Jo, tady to je zajímavý story step, nebo vlastně tenhle ještě ne. I'm glad you're here. I was dreading having to do this without backup. I sent Tribune Brimstone a mail asking if you would forward our summit invitation to Smolder. And his response was to order you to meet in person. Yeah, no way around it now. This is too important a cause. I had hoped it wouldn't come to this. I don't want to see his disappointment in me. He has nothing to be disappointed about. You did what you had to do. And I'd do it again to save Bram or any of you. No one is indispensable, not even for the glory of taking down Scarlet. I know him. He'll understand that. He's lost people too. Thanks, I needed to hear that. Let's get this over with, okay? Let's do it.
Well, Rox, you're actually showing your face. That shows courage, considering what you're here for.
Tribune?
You want me to talk the Imperator into attending your summit, and yet you disobeyed my order to end Scarlet.
I had to make a battlefield decision, Tribune.
If it hadn't been for our friend here, Scarlet would still be out there murdering people and ruining Tyria one city at a time.
Nice, drsňák.
At ease, soldier. Excuse me while I discuss this with someone I know I can rely on.
Wow. You used to be such a dick. I know that look. You don't have to defend rocks, you know? Well, you sure haven't lost any of your drill sergeant charm. I know, I'm rough on her, but someone has to be. She's too soft inside. She'd have been dead long ago if I hadn't toughened her up. You going to push her for not killing Scarlet? Nah, I understand why she did it. Besides, she's a free agent now. She and I don't need to see eye to eye anymore. Of course, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna give her grief when she needs it. What does that mean exactly? Ask her. All I can say is that I'm not responsible for her anymore. Anything she screws up doesn't reflect on me. She's on her own. Got it. So she told you why you were here. Not much. In her mail, she mentioned something about how you want Imperator Smolder to attend some strategic gathering. We need you to talk to him for us.
Tribune, we also have information that will interest you and Imperator Smoder. It's about the Elder Dragons.
I know. Words reached me that Mordremoth is active.
That's an understatement. It's been destroying entire forts. We're not sure how far it can reach. The Black Citadel
Has enough to worry about with branded and Ascalonian ghosts.
And if that's not enough, it takes everything else we've got to keep the Flame Legion off our rams. Before you know it, you'll be adding Mordremoth to that list. Tribune, the branded are contained to one region. Mordremoth is quickly spreading across all of Tyria. It has already reached as far as Timberline Falls and Kessex Hills. Mordremoth's reached Charlands. I fought its minions in the Iron Marches. That changes things. How bad is the situation? Bad enough that no one in Tyria can afford to ignore it any longer. That's right. What happens to us if everyone else's armies are destroyed because we Char kept to ourselves? We have to stand together. And we have to take on the greatest threat first. That's Mordremoth. You don't have to tell me how dangerous Elder Dragons are, but convincing me and convincing Imperator Smoder are two different things entirely. There must be something we can do to convince him.
As a matter of fact, that's why I asked you to come in person. I carry Sohothan, my blade. It's said to have the power to reverse the foe fire.
Is that true, or just a myth?
I plan to test it. After years of research, I finally found the proper combination of elements to unlock the sword's powers.
You could rid us of all the ghosts?
That's the idea. We do that and Smoder will have less to worry about. Then we can convince him to attend the summit.
Tak, co už nám to řekni. I've researched the ritual and I learned a lot about Ascalonian history. This story began over 1,000 years ago, when this ritual was first formulated by the humans' gods, the Six. Please go on. The Six gave the magic, and at the same time they also gave one of them a magical crown and 2 magical swords to protect the kingdom. Sohothan and Magdar and King Adelburn had inherited the crown? Exactly. The crown was designated to break into 4 parts. When the fragments are separated, they're hard to see. This was a safeguard to keep this powerful item from falling into the wrong hands. And the crown is required for the ritual. It is. When Adelburn enacted the ritual with Magdar, he became a ghost. But the crown was preserved and found by Char, who entered the area later. They toyed with it, and the fragments were lost. And you found them. I found one. I'm asking you to go find the others. The fragments work like magnets to each other. Once you have one, you'll feel a pull towards the others. Even after all this time, you're sure they're there? I'm hopeful. We need the crown to perform the ritual. Might as well assume they're there. You, Ritlock Brimstone, are going to perform a ritual? If it means I succeeded breaking the full fire curse, I'd put on a robe and call myself Shaman Brimstone. There's a lot at stake here, my friend. Point taken. I'll go find the crown fragments. Rox can help you get set up. Pořád jsme nepokročili ani v tomhletom story stepu, který dokonce není ohodnocený achievementama, takže... Je to náročná story na čtení i na poslouchání. Tak a mám jít kamže? Kam mi to ukazuje? Aha, jsem měl jít do jiné mapy. Tak pojďme do jiné mapy. Jsem si myslel, že tam předělá z nějakého důvodu vlevo. Šéf. Ale není... Takže... A tady hledáme co přesně? Jde tady v okolí. Pokud se nemýlím, tak to bylo druhý barák od spoda. Tak ne, možná to byl ten nejspodnější barák. Z toho leze stromek, takže tady asi už hodně dlouho nikdo nebydlel. Nebo má rád společnost, tak je tu torčka, kterou si můžeme vzít. Patrně nemůžem. Nevadí. To asi patří k srdíčku, nikoli tady k té věci. Nazdar. Co ty tady? Nepovíš nám, kde máme hledat kousek diadému? Ten tady fakt může být doslova kdekoliv. Ne, tohle je jenom čin altruismu, to mi žádný progres nepřidá. Teď je tam caster. Tak nevím, zase pár klasika. A doufám, že by byla vidět teda jako ten úlomek. Au. Se nebojíš světla duchu? Pytle. Tady je samej torčára byl a žádný diadem. Tak kde to hledám? Co je, dostávám za vás aspoň nějaký XP? Aspoň to 20, není špatný. Spíš halus. Nic zajímavé věci se tady zjevujou, ale... Moment. Tak nic, to taky patřilo k věci. A tohle ukazuje, ta druhá vězdička ukazuje na portál, ne? No, tak tady jako není, takže... A píšou tady specificky tyhle ruiny, no. Jako já za to nemůžu, že se tady jako úplně to... Se tady trošku ztrácím. Není moje chyba. Co když si vzali duchové, je z ní teďka duchovská skřínka, Tak já ti nevím, kámo. Tady jdou nějaký lidi. Co mám zabíjet, nebo? Možná jsem měl přece jenom všechny zabít, než jsem začal tady s tím questem. Mimochodem nechci se moc chlubit, ale jsem tak ospalej, že se občas uspávám sám. Tady já už nevím pořádně, co mluvím, ani co tady dělám. S tebou muset wikipediovat, vyvikinovat takhle. Hleda, že bych... se dostal na vyšší místo a... A rozhlédnou se. Tamhle jsou nějaký duchovský efekty, ale co to znamená, jestli je to směrodatné, tak to vám teda neřeknu. Tak co je často vyvykinovat? No tyhle stromy se určitě nedá šplhat. Dřív ne. Takže plan of attack, jo. Dobře, já to teda proženu Googlem. Ale ne. Píšek Hottentot. Ještě, že mě nevidíte. Jsou tu nějaký mapky teda, nebo co? Tady ani nic není. Já už si vzpomínám. Tady to se nemuselo dodělávat, pokud se nemýlím. Já bych teďka mohl teoreticky přijít za Rytlokem a říct mu, že to mám hotový. A on by řekl, že se posrala v kině, ne? Kde, tak předlož. A já bych řekl, no, věc se má tak, že... Tak já nevím, mám to hledat, nebo... Že tady jako není nikde specifikovaný, kde to je. Nevidím nic. Mám se zkusit podívat za Rytlokem, až se tam zkusím vrátit. Teda, když už v Římě, že jo, jak se tomu říká, ale... Jako je to tady zoufalý, já nevím, kde to hledat. Prostě je to mikroskopický. Ale jsem si celkem jistý, že na mainu jsem to tak nějak pozbíral všechno. A jestli nepozbíral, tak jsem to měl pravděpodobně v úmyslu, akorát jsem na to zapomněl. Já vím, že v tom není rozdíl. Okej, ty vole. A ne, to je absurdní, to mě někdo třísknul právě. Oh my god. Až mám dost tady toho pobíhání. Já to zkusím teda dát ještě někam do wiki jinam, než teda, ne do wiki, teda zpátky do Google. Jestli někdo neví. Plan of Attack Guild Wars 2 GW2. Fragmenty zabugovaný. Teda otazník. No. Co když si dám filtrovat obrázky na Google? Dozvím se to? Nedozvím. No, takže to vzdávám. Jdu rovnou za Rytlokem, ty vole, řeknu mu, že na to nemám čas, na takovýhle píčoviny. Nevím, jestli je to optional teda. Ale pamatuju si něco takového, možná, že sežene 2 kousky a musíme získat aspoň ten jeden, nebo... Jak to tady funguje? Kde vůbec stojí? Old Duke's Estate. Jsem úplně blbě. Fakt sračka. Oh my god. V podzemí snad jedou nějaký 2 eventy naraz. Oba označený jako bossové. No, jako říkal, že je cestující bard, ale já jsem stejně blbě, ne? Jsme nebyli tady. Jsme byli u vchodu. A ten je... Nevím. Tady je určitě teda jako pole mrtvých. Ale žádný z nich nám nic nenabídne, takže pokračujeme tady. No nic, tak ho tady nevidím. Rytlok je pryč, když se zeptám tady toho týpka. To se asi potom přemění na optional, takže ok, zpátky k Old Gate. Můžeme na to někdo aspoň tyhle nakreslit mapku nebo něco? Tady je napsaný to samý, co ve hře. Jo, a mimochodem ten klíč nesvítí žlutě, no. Je to jedna z těch věcí, který člověk musí hledat vážně očima. Tak jako to dělám teďka. Ano, nebo třeba rozbít kámen pěstí. To je taky úplně normální. Pro takovou křehkou dívenku jako Ensaládia. Ty vole, to je gangbang. Super průhledný. Oh shit, kolik jich mám na sobě v tuhle chvíli? Není to dost? Tak co může takový klíč prozradit, Ty vole, mě tady úplně vysajou. Už jsem si myslel, že běží nadšeně k tomu šutru. Říkal jsem si, co je na tom šutru tak zajímavýho, mám ho sebrat první? To je jenom namalované. Já fakt nevím, jaký easter egg myslel vůbec ten dev. Ach jo. Jak dlouho už to hledám bezcílně, ty vole. Jsem přestal hledat systematicky, začal jsem tady zase jenom chaoticky pobíhat. Teď jsem si to uvědomil, což je paráda, že jsem si to uvědomil aspoň teď. Ne třeba za 10 let, ale... Tohle mi určitě nepomůže najít teda ten fragment. A ne, disturb. Co tam leží, určitě nějaký mrtvej. Bone. Díky. Kdybych byl Samson, tak s tím dělám divy. Ale já nejsem Samson. Jestli tak easy, nechceš mi ty vám mezi tím pomoct v tom případě? Zase jsem si z nějakého důvodu myslel, že to je NPCčko, i když měl od samého začátku červenou barvu. Dobře, kašlu na to. Respektive já nevím, co s tím. To budu muset nějak líp vygooglit. From the ruins of Old Gate. Crown locations, otazník. Oh fuck you. To jsem zadal do obrázku a vyhodilo mi to, že to je prostě v téhle mapě. A indeed v tomto regionu, ale kde přesně v těch troskách tady by to mělo být, to se tady nepíše. Já nevím, jestli od toho půjdou takový ty hvězdičky, když člověk vidí nějakou věc, s kterou může interagovat, nebo jak to tady funguje. Čeká, já se upravím výšku mikrofonu. To je jako něco lepší, musím sedět rovně, jinak tady fakt usnu. To jsem nevěděl, že mi to zabere tolik času. Tahle nablblá historka, ještě jsme ani nedohnali žádný achievement. To je fakt... Přestaň si mě tady prohazovat, ty vole. Tady běží event, který jsem taky vůbec nezaregistroval, protože čumím jenom do hry, teda do vikiny. Do hry nečumím, to je právě ten problém. Tady je lepka, skvělý, tady byla kost. It's an ordinary rock pile. Tady to je ordinary bone, předpokládám. Další bone. Skull, tohle jsou hroby, no. Bylo by to v hrobu. Já fakt nevím, ale kde to na tom internetu ani najít. To je žalostné. Tohle patří k srdíčku, nebo co to tady je v okolí. Tyhle ty dva tyhle se tady praštily do hlavy. Nebo nevím. Jsme tady všichni. Jste asi ožrali, že tady nehrozí žádný nebezpečí, aspoň prozatím ne. Rubble, klasika, haraboridí. Google better. Google better. Krán lachy, ale když jsem to napsal do pytle. Nebo je to na Dolfině. Existuje ta stránka ještě. Dolphin the Dragon Bridge Part 1. To je pořád součástí teprve první části. Full fur cleansing. Tady není normální walkthrough, tady jsou jenom achievement guidy. Asi. Leave no survivors. Full fur cleansing. Don't knock yourself out. Not so buff. Tremendous steel. No ne, tady jsou achievementy, ale jako walkthrough klasický tady nevidím, tak nevím. To asi Dolphy úplně nedělávala, ale... Já jsem fakt ztracený, já nevím, jestli něco ty vole... Nekoukal jsem se vyloženě nahoru, na střechy, tady na střechy, jestli se tam dá vyšplhat teda. To je samozřejmě za předpokladu, že se tam dá vyšplhat. Pusti mě z kombatu, prosím. Já vím, že pokud se tam má dát vyšplhat, tak bych tam měl být schopný vyšplhat i takhle, ale... Tady bude prostě, protože jsem se nikdy nikomu... Nikdy nikoho nenapadlo se sem podívat, tak nic. To byla teorie s krátkým trváním. Já se snad zeptám v mapchatu, ty vole, to bude ale jakože humiliating jak prase. Ale mě to fakt nemyslí takhle. Unavená hlava. Já nevím, tady to priori, teda Iron Legion Soldier, ale už jsme zvedli, nebo... A promluvili jsme si s ním. Ten prostě odejde, to tady akorát nebaví. Bone. Ty vole. Další bone, nebo vůbec otevřeným inventářem, to je taky nesmysl, kterýho se dopouštím až příliš často. Zním unaveně? Já sám sobě docela jo. Hele, tady je něco. Co to bylo za hvězdičky? To nebylo ono? Also, to jsem fakt jediný čurák, který to dělá takhle pozdě po vydání. No já nevím. Wow, co to bylo tyhle za zvukový efekty. To je něco jiný, to je jiný žrádlo. Fuck off. Jsem vůbec na správném místě, ty vole. Teď mě tak napadá. Tady nikdo prostě ani to neřeší nikde na internetu. Si nikdo nestěžuje, že je stejně slepý jako já. To musí být někde na zcela očividném místě, tyjo. Jinak si to neumím vysvětlit. Jak dlouho už tu běhám, jenom po téhletý, ty vole, já to snad ani nechci vědět, tam je 44 minut, že uplynulo. Rubble. No tak! This is an ordinary rock pile, výborně. Co mi to řeklo? V okolí by to nebylo. Nevím, proč bych hledal v okolí, když se tam jasně píšou ty ruiny, ale... No a ještě ta druhá, jestli jsem správně, Ruins of Old Gate. Tam má ještě nějaká, a tady v té budově jsem vůbec nebyl okolo. A v, jestli se dá jít dovnitř. Spíš asi nedá. Ale patří tak s těm samým ruinám, takže budu hádat, že by to teoreticky mohlo být i tady. Někde. Ale to mizivá šance právě skončila. No a ještě je tady takový úplně mini kamrlík úplně tady dole. A to je asi tak všechno, co se dá nazvat těma ruinama. Zbytek už jsme, myslím, viděli a prošli několikrát. Tady to ne. By člověk proskočil tam dovnitř, už se nemohl odtamtud dostat. Tak já nevím, zkusíme ještě teda tady tohle místo, jestli jsme tu byli, ale vypadá to, že jo, je mi to tady strašně, ale strašně povědomé. Tak nevím, jestli je to jenom tím, že všechny tyhle ty ruiny vypadají stejně. Rabl. Skvělý, vykopal jsem ducha. To už jsem rovnou mohl nadzvednout půlku. Help me, Google, you're my only hope. Plan of attack, Guild Wars 2, come on. Proč se nepodívám na video, jak to někdo hrál? Quando Games.
The others. Jewel?
Taky.
Well, I do apologize if it started.
Obvyklejší youtuber, OK, tak kde pak to najde? Kde je teďka? Vlastně vůbec, kde seš? Co děláš tady?
Trying to imitate, they're hard to see.
Taky čte Elite Loka.
Second fragments in Serenity Temple.
OK, právě jeden našel, takže...
Dr. Rail's machine neutralizes the ghosts.
Jemu to ukazuje. Jemu to ukazuje a mě to ukazuje úplný hovno. Tak já fakt se na to můžu vysrat. Ale jemu to ukazovalo, já nevím, on tady našel někde tu mašinu, co mají tady ty čarové. Nevím kde přesně, kde to je na té mapě. Každopádně je to, mělo by to být trouble. On tady asi. Dokonce i. Ne? Ne, to není ona. Tak ještě jednou jít po jeho krocích asi. Nebo co mám dělat? A ty mašiny tady nejsou ale permanentně, nebo jo? Ty jsou součástí nějakého toho questu. Se přetočím ještě jednou teda.
I don't intend it. Find the first crown fragment.
Že jde od jihu. Ale vypadá to, že už je na úrovni tady. Tak a on běží kupředu. A teď je vedle jedný z těch stěn. On je tady. Tady. A tady najde tuto. Je to ono?
Hey, there we go, there's one. Second fragment in.
Já přísahám, že on má tu korunu tady. A já tady mám hovno. Tenhle týpek tady skáče proč? Má stejný problém, nebo? Ne. Teď se skočil. Co se tady děje, ty vole? Oh shit, já jsem si nepromluvil tady s nějakým... Někdy jsem to neviděl. Oh. Oh my god. Já se asi střelím do hlavy. To je fakt takový nesmysl, ty vole. Co mám jim teďka pomáhat, nebo? Ghost Control Machine. Já jsem věděl, že tenhle ten achievement, teda tenhle ten event s tím nějak souvisí, ale patrně ho musíme dodělat. Já nemůžu uvěřit tomu, že jsem tady tak půl hodiny běhal jenom dokola, ty vole. 4 hodiny z toho usínal. Prostě nenormální tady to. Kdybych nebyl na antibiotikách a neměl bych takovou nehoráznou sračku. Pardon. Že to přiznávám takové věci. No dobrý, nestačilo by to už, můžu vyzvednout svoji odměnu. After Rail's machine neutralizes the ghost. Takže teoreticky, když jsem přišel předtím, tak jsem měl šanci vzít to, aniž bych tady čekal na ten event, jo. Kde je? Můžeš si pohnout. Já už jsem tu byl dost dlouho. Co tady má za ukázku, ty vole? Ups. Cítněte. Fuck. Nemůžu se dočkat, bastarde. Ty vole, veterán jako boss. No jo, držbu. Finally. Ok, takže teďka do Serenity Templu. No, tak bude určitě taky potřeba udělat nějaký event, ne? At long last, nejhorší na tom je, že furt nedostávám žádný skurvený achievementy, žádný progres. After historian Karen finishes his research at Serenity Temple, fuck me. Jo, počkat, a tady už je to take it. OK, nice. Retrieve Bria's crown fragment. Jak to, že vůbec jako vím, kde jsou ty věci, Když ty vole si to tady nemohli ty čarové pozbírat sami už tak jako milion let zpátky. Jo, tady taky potřeba udělat Avenger. Hej, vrať se ty sračko. Ups, to jsem si pěkně zablokoval line of sight. A prosím tě, nedělej z toho vědu. Nice. No já prosím tě, ty vole, nevykecávej se, jo, a jdem fightit.
Bria, release the children. Do not condemn them for your own purposes.
Trochu velká, ne? Kde je? Kam zmizela? Tamhle. Ups, co vole, proč jsem se nemohl na ní stýlnout? Je. Pízďac. Kde je Shadow Fiend? Tady. AMFG, chcípni. Take it. Take it. Yes, you will reappear. I'm an old man. I've got old balls. They swing from my from underneath my dick like a pendulum. Co je, ty vole, kde je ten vstup tady? Jaký neviditelný. Nice ten. Obrázek. Doufám, že se jenom se na chvilku zaskočím.
If this mission eliminates even a portion of the enemy, I will attend your summit. What's the plan, Brimstone?
Jsem zpět, omlouvám se, že to dohrál ještě než jsem přišel. You're back. Did you have any luck? Yes, I found them all. Great. Give me the crown. Alright, tell me more about the ritual. It all hinges on a Sahatan. My sword. There were originally two of them, Sahatan and then another called Megdar. They were given to the Ascalonians as protection against invasion. Go on. A couple 100 years or so ago, Sahatan was wielded by Rurik, son of King Adalbern. He was killed by a stone-summit dwarf. It came into my care several years ago. How did you get it? Irrelevant. Point is that its partner, Megdar, is the sword Adalbern used to curse the Ascalonians. I've long suspected that Sahatan is the blade that can break the curse. Okay, so how? I've had my snout buried in old scrolls and books at the Priory. One of the scholars there has been helping me tack together the history. I finally found reference to a ritual. And you trust the source? It's got an Orient stamp on it, which makes it so old it's got to be legitimate. In any case, I have to try. If it works, we'll be free. Tell me what you need. Once we're inside, we need to channel ghost essence into the sword to fire it up. That means slashing lots of ghosts. So, high stakes, big danger. Sounds like fun. Let's go. We may be here on a fool's errand, but it's worth a try. Ridlock has done the impossible before. These ghosts have plagued my people for too long. I spent every day looking for ways to end it. If this works, it would be a boon for both Char and human. True, it must be infuriating for humans, even those who aren't descended from Ascalonians. I imagine it feels like being perpetually stuck in a war. Yeah, all the more reason why this needs to work. Your help is not going unnoticed. I'd do just about anything for Ridlock or rocks. Looks like we've got everything we need. That crown you put together is historic. It practically crackles with the weight of Ascalon's ancestors. If this works, we'll go down in history ourselves. Do you think it will? I mean, surely getting rid of all the ghosts can't be this easy. Who said it was easy? Getting the crown was no stroll. And on the other side of the gate, we've got ghosts building up, just waiting for us to come through. I hope their essence can charge Sahatan. I guess we'll find out.
That should be everything we need to cleanse the foe fire.
How do you know this will work?
It'll work because I said so.
You're on point, Brimstone.
Yes, sir. We don't know what's down there. Be ready for anything.
Frostbite and I are ready to stomp some ghosts. Aw yeah, let's go!
Burn! Fury rising!
Jak dlouho s ním fajtili? Já jsem si byl jenom pro občerstvení, pardon, že jsem byl teď chvíli ticho. Nevím, komu se omlouvám, nikdo tu není, takže... A place of power. Through that arch, huh? Farrar, huh? Stir! Pardon. You have to be ready. This could be go in any direction. There's no way of predicting what this ritual would do. I'm ready. Tohle tady byl jeden takový achievement, ty vole, který se dělal hrozně dlouho. Já jsem ho dělal několikrát. Už si ani nepamatuju, v čem přesně spočíval. Vím, že se tady museli zabíjet to.
Something's happening. Those ghosts don't seem to like your sword very much.
They're gonna like it even less in a few minutes. Damn! They're possessing what's left of Baradin's statue.
Someone once told me nothing worth fighting for is ever easy.
Ha! You do listen.
Only when I feel like it.
Fury rising.
Jak říkám, už si nepamatuju přesně, v čem spočíval tady ten achievement, nějaký, že se musel zabíjet tyhle ty koule nějak. Au. Se nesměli dostat až k té possessed statue. Něco v tom smyslu. A tyhle duchové taky. Teďka už by to bylo docela easy, koukám. Dřív to býval docela pain. Co musíme zabít duchy, aby jsme chargeli Sohotina. Ještě furt. Nebo to bylo naopak, že se museli nechat přijít až k té soše vlastně. To možná bylo ono, proto to bylo tak náročné. Dej mu! Dík. Teď nech pracovat chvíli mě, ty vole. Zase. Au. Nesměli jste se nechat trefit žádným tím Spectral Flamem, což asi není úplně, což nebylo asi úplně easy. Co je, máš to připravený, nebo co děláš? Protože tohle prostě... tomu se nedá úplně snadno vyhnout. Děkuji. Tak co? Můžem? Tak. Ano, prosím. To je taková sračka tady to. Tak a teďka velký event, který měl strašně divnou dohru.
Ascalon, I free you from this curse. I have to go after it. Without it, we'll never end this war. Go!
I need to go after him.
The portal is closed. You can't.
No, kdybys nekecala a rovnou tam skočila.
You'll be fine. If anything, I'd be worried for the poor souls that get in his way. This is his mission, not yours.
Brimstone will be back, don't worry. What exactly is going on? It happened fast, didn't it? Brimstone failed the full fire cleansing and lost Sahatin to the mists in the process. Without that sword, he can't complete the ritual. He had to pursue it. What can I do? Nothing. This cleansing is Brimstone's duty. He'll pull through. He took a lot of ghosts with him. I noticed. He may have ended the curse, but he had an effect and played a pivotal role. I'll come to your summit for that reason alone. Even after the cleansing failed? This cleansing's not over. Brimstone's dedication to his duty will bring him back. The least I can do is honor his commitment by attending the summit. That's good. Thank you. You won't regret it. Well, I'm not so sure about that, but I keep my word. I'll be there. I'll see you there, Imperator. Thank you. What just happened? It looked to me like that was a portal to the mists. The mists? I hope so. At least we know you can come back from the mists. What was he thinking? He had to go after Sahatan. I suppose. At least now we can have more hope that the sword might one day break the curse. I guess it's our only chance of getting rid of the ghosts for good. My thoughts exactly. I just wish he hadn't gone alone. I agree. If only the portal hadn't closed so quickly. I suppose there's no way to find him. No, none. The mists are vast. Are you alright? I will be. My heart is still hammering. I just have to keep telling myself he'll be fine. He's been in bigger scrapes. Still, I know. I worry too. At least the Imperator has agreed to come to the summit. That's one consolation. Yes, his presence is important. The Char army is powerful. So, Flunt hasn't backed out. What about Queen Jenna? Flunt's waiting on Timy's device. Casimir convinced the Queen to come. And Sladia, what if they don't come? What if no one comes? I can't even think about how devastating that would be to Tyria. They must. Oh, they will. Ale uvidíte, co se stane. Close window. OK, takže tím jsme udělali další kapitolu. Pile Phantasmal Residue, opět něco na modry, kterou už dávno máme hotovou. Mezitím přišel mail. Ministry Treachery. Dear Ensladia, I hope this finds you well. I'm afraid my efforts to get the Queen to the summit haven't gone as smoothly as expected. The Queen has had a situation arise that may prevent her from attending. I'll give you the full details when you arrive, but the short version is that someone is spreading rumors that Queen Jenna not only met with Evil Scarlet prior to the Queen's Jubilee celebration, but also conspired to give Scarlet the mechanical watch nights. This is, of course, ridiculous, but the Queen can't leave Divinity's reach until these rumors are quelched. Countess Anise has suggested that I use my intuitive ability to find the cat spreading the rumors and discredit them, but I don't want to do this alone. Will you help me? Your friend, Casimir. Ano. Mohl jsme za tyto druhý. Jej, jeden achievement, jeden z milionů achievementů. OK, takže předpokládám, že dále máme jít sem do Divinity's Reach někam. Indeed, máme být někde tady, co v tom podchodu. Jo, tohle je ta party, kde se nějak nesmíme prozradit, nebo co se to tady vlastně odehrává. Party politics.
Let me catch you up on what's happening. Queen Jenna can't attend the summit because someone has accused her of conspiring with Scarlet. The hearing is the same day. Someone's lying, and we have to figure out who.
Odsud za tím pódiem vypadá, jak když je z Robloxu nebo tak něco. Nejsem jediný, kdo to vidí?
Once we discover who among them is the mastermind, we'll take action. But be careful. These people are suspicious and sensitive. Say something too blunt or off-putting, flare 'em up. If we're obviously undermining their plans, they'll have us escorted out of the party, and it will all have been for nothing.
Čau, Heralde.
Introducing a hero who needs no introduction, the commander of the pact, and accompanying the Casimir Mead.
Keep it together, Kaz. You can get through this. Be confident, like Jory.
Casimir, come over here. Don't look so glum.
To je stejná, není to stejná herečka, která...
Hello, dear Casimir. Don't worry your little face over what the Herald's papers say. You'll always be noble in my eyes.
Countess Anise. That's direct and kind of you to say. I'm afraid I don't feel particularly noble.
Then we must do something about that. Nobility isn't in the blood, as so many believe. It's in your choices. Your return to grace is only a pardon away. If your talent for detecting lies is all you say it is, well, let's just say I'm confident we can convince the Queen your value overrides your father's misfortune.
I only hope to be of some small service, Countess. Oh dear. Okay. Let's start picking apart everything they say. One of these ministers is spreading lies about the Queen.
Don't misunderstand, Countess. I'm certainly grateful to you for purchasing my billet and putting me to work. I'm just not sure I understand the reasoning behind dragging me to this soiree of yours.
Anise. Countess Anise, schválně, jo? Mě zajímá jedna věc. Countess Anise IMDb. Catherine Taber. Catherine Taber. No jasně. Já jsem věděl, že mi ten hlas něčím povědomý. Countess Anise mluví ta samá herečka, která mluví v klonových válkách Padme a Midelu. Tak to je moc. To je moc.
He was up ill all last night. I told him not to eat that fourth pie.
Ok, tady si úplně přesně nepamatuju, jak že se to dělá, takže...
But I thought for certain it was Minister Wee who attended today's Scarlet.
Where did you get that charming brooch, dear?
Chernobyl. I have a vague recollection of that crazy Sylvari walking into her audience with the Queen. That was well before the attack on the city, by the way. I still don't know why I noticed her. I was expecting to see Minister Wee's wife here today. Lady Wee, she gets the vapors. Fragile constitution. Poor dear can't keep up with her husband. Apparently neither can I. I thought he was incurred. The day Scarlet had an audience with the Queen. If you've seen one minister, you've seen them all. It's the dour look on all their faces. But seriously, it is rather difficult to confuse Minister Wee with Minister Estelle or even Minister Arton. My memory just isn't what it used to be. Which one did you confuse with Minister Wee? I saw Estelle in the throne room along with the goat farmer, Minister Arton, and a Sylvari. The wretch turned out to be Scarlet. She did. Nice talking to you.
I remember hearing afterward that Scarlet approached the Queen. No one paid any attention back then. Scarlet was a nobody until the Queen's Jubilee.
Tak to bylo a likely story.
And then he asked me which pair I wanted.
Especially Minister... Excuse me.
Why, I should have slapped him on the spot.
Ne, ale když už se ptáš. You do realize, I'm sure, that it's rude to eavesdrop. Were you? No, my lady. I merely wanted to introduce myself. I'm Anselaria. Oh, I do beg your pardon. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Lady Alison, and my companion here is Lady Brenda. Are you enjoying the party? Some of the guests seem rather tense. I wouldn't think anyone could ignore such a beautiful night as this. Oh, I'm quite sure that some Ministers prefer dark nights like this to sunny days. That's true in my culture as well. I don't get out much, but I would like to visit where you're from. Tell me, how do you find our fair city? It's glorious, a real accomplishment. She's not lying, but she's being evasive. Try again and press her for more information whenever she talks about ministers. So, what were you saying about the party? Some of the guests seem rather tense. A particular minister makes you uncomfortable. Minister Codicus, of course. He surrounds himself with intrigues, cloaks, daggers, shadows, all that nasty business. Don't let him look upon you, my dear. Once he has you in his sights, you're doomed. As you said, ministers can be dangerous. Some of the guests seem rather tense. I wouldn't think anyone could ignore such a beautiful night as this. Oh, I'm quite sure that I hear one minister spreading rumors about the Queen. Yes, Minister Codicus is behind it, but he never involves himself directly. He has others do his dirty work, like Estelle and Arton. They were awfully talkative with him at the last party. I understand.
Codicus would be involved in anything that undermines the Queen, but he's not the one accusing her.
Gdzie Arton? Ne?
Surely you can't imagine that these dandies pose some kind of threat to you? Are you even paying attention, or do you simply not care? Either way, you are a maddening woman. Oh no, avoid anything remotely equestrian. You don't want your guests to enter your...
Stop right there.
I think that this
I don't care about your
bit
dog's
is
new
fantastic. I need another bowl.
Jsem normálně nemůžu. Jo, to byla Estelle vlastně. To si pamatuju. You're a busy bee. Does that make you charming or does it make you nosy? Charming, I hope. Do you know I dealt the killing blow to Scarlet? No, that was you. I saw her once in the throne room. She was having a quiet talk with the Queen. Lucky you. But why is someone of your caliber working around the party with Casimir Meade? Her family is a bunch of criminals and gamblers. She's my friend. Show her respect or I'll teach you some. I believe you should mingle so others can bask in your glory. Great idea. Tady je nějaký novel. I'm going to get more punch. It's so fruity. The Queen throws a good party. Oh, this isn't the Queen's work. This is all Countess Anise. She is amazing. She can charm cream straight out of a cow. She's a mesmer after all. Excellent point. Wait, I wanted to ask you something. Only if you make it quick. I'm so excited. Is that why Minister Estelle wants to retire? A lack of excitement? Undoubtedly, she likes to be in the thick of things, but Codicus has had her doing clerical work lately. She meets with him regularly, from what I've heard. He'll talk her out of retiring, I'm sure. Undoubtedly, enjoy the party.
Met Minister Estelle. If she's been meeting with Codicus, she may know something.
My mind is spinning. So much information. Can you make heads or tails of it? We've learned a few things. First, we know who was in court that day. Yes, a farmer with a goat, 2 ministers, Estelle and Arton, and Scarlet. And we know that Codicus lets others do his dirty work for him. We've also heard that both Estelle and Arton have seen Codicus lately. It must be one of them. Let's talk to Minister Arton first. Proč já vím, že je to Estelle.
I can take that. Thank you.
You seem distracted, Countess. What are you looking for in this crowd? I could lend my eyes and ears to your search. If there's nothing in particular you need me to do, would you mind if I help myself to some of your refreshments? Am I really so dull? Well, here's something interesting. Would you like to know how long a severed head remains conscious? I suppose not. Do let me know if you need me to do more than make debutantes and fops uncomfortable.
Artin. As I was telling my old friend Cardicus the other day, we really must do something about these bandits. They are a hazard. I have reason to believe they're connected to the White Mantle. Did you see Scarlet the day? Okolo. Did you see Scarlet the day she had an audience with the Queen? I did. There were 4 of us in that throne room with the Queen and Countess Anise, and the guards, of course. It was Scarlet, me, Minister Estelle, and some dirty farmer with a goat. And the Queen spoke to Scarlet. Yes, she was polite as always, but the Countess kept whispering in the Queen's ear. It was making us all nervous. Scarlet wanted permission to study with the engineer that designed the watch nights. What did the Queen say? She respectfully declined. Scarlet was the last in line, and the Queen left before she could be more discussion. Scarlet tried to say more, but the Queen apologized and hurried out. Anything else? The Silvari Scarlet looked livid. She stormed out, showing guards out of her way. She was rather frightening, actually. I imagine that's what Countess Anise saw that made her hustle the Queen away. Cass, does this testimony light up? His description of events perfectly matches what Anise told me. Minister Artin is telling the truth. He must not be the one. Interesting, thank you.
It looks like Minister Estelle is the one spreading this horrible rumor. Let's keep at it. If we're going to confront her, we'll need serious evidence to back us up.
Oh, and
The Queen had a private talk with Scarlet. How? Everyone is saying it, so it must be true.
Is lying a prerequisite for being in the ministry?
Are you well?
it makes me so sad to think that people who run our city, our kingdom, can't get along with each other. Now one of the ministers is spreading lies about the Queen. I've had some experience with ministers, not all are bad. Both my wife and I work for ministers. They can be like night and day. My wife works Minister Estelle, I work for Minister Artin. Do you like your jobs? Most days. My wife has a harder time. Her minister has a gambling problem. If she's winning, she's fine. If not, she's dangerous. Would she know where Estelle was the night of the alleged meetings? Maybe. Estelle often finds her old friend Lady Claire in the evening. Ask my wife if she knows what happened. She's a good woman and won't lie to protect the minister. Thank you for the information. You're a good Crichton.
Witness who can help us prove the Queen's innocence. Nicely done.
Dík. Škoda, že tam mám ten trošek suspicionu. Tady býval achievement, že se nesmí tady objevit ani jeden proužek. Což je samozřejmě. To jde zase od znova. Oh, you in Saladia. You're well known in these parts. The Queen recently mentioned you were hosting a summit. She'd like very much to attend. That may be complicated. Oh, I know. Those lies Estelle is spreading. Can you imagine our barefoot queen sulking through the streets at night in disguise? It's laughable. You don't think she met with Scarlet? In the throne room, yes, but not in the streets. A Char emissary visited the Queen that night, while the emissary since left. The guard who was present will testify. Good to know. Thanks.
She and the guard will corroborate the Queen's alibi. Here, I can get you some more.
Dobře, takže máme všechno, ne? Doufám. Lady Claire? Hello, we were just discussing how horrible it is that the Queen betrayed us all. That's just a bad rumor, a lie. No, it's not. I saw her in the Salma district shortly after nightfall. She wore a black woolen cloak with the hood up. The only reason I knew it was her because I bumped into her and saw her face. That doesn't add up. Casimir, what do you think? Her eye twitched when she said that. I don't think it's the truth. You're lying. Listen, just between you and me, I may not be telling the exact truth, but they offered me a lot of gold if I'd say I was there. Please, you can't tell anyone. You're going to have to testify. Oh, alright, I'll testify that I was paid to lie, but I'll never say who paid me. I don't betray the old friends. Still, I wasn't comfortable lying, but my son is ill. I hope the Queen will forgive me. You're doing the right thing.
Good observation. I had a feeling she was lying. The Queen wouldn't hold a private meeting with just anyone, much less a Silvari with no political connections. This woman will testify.
What do you think? Do we have enough evidence to discredit her accusations? Plenty. The servant's wife can testify that Estelle met with Lady Claire. Maybe the threat of her testifying will be enough to shut this down. What else? We have multiple witnesses who say the Queen turned down Scarlet's request. I still can't believe Scarlet wanted to study with the Watch Knight engineer. Thank the gods the Queen turned her down. Though that might explain Scarlet's anger when she attacked our city. What else? We know Estelle's friend was lying for her. For a pouch of gold, you mean? Estelle must have coached Lady Claire. I don't imagine it will be too hard to get her to testify to the lie. I guess they weren't such good friends after all. We're ready to confront Estelle with the evidence.
Everything we need. Time to expose Minister Estelle for the liar she is.
Bitch.
I see you've been busy socializing with the guests.
I can take that. Thank you.
Dám ti přes zubu.
Skip the small talk.
Hello, Busy Bee. I must admit I'm a bit charmed by how you flirt from flower to flower. I know all about you. Listen closely to what Estelle says. Once she's finished, don't be afraid to ask her to repeat what she said. Press her only when you're certain she's lying. I have a question. Ty vole, takový Phoenix Wright. Is it true that you work closely with Lord Codicus? I used to work with Lord Codicus, but now that I'm considering retirement, I've started spending most of my time in the Ministry Library. I hardly ever see him. Tell me more. Admittedly, I occasionally do small tasks for him, but he's still recovering from that awful scandal. He keeps to himself most of the time. Tell me more. Even at parties, Lord Codicus is off doing his own thing, and I'm left to my own devices. I'm just a wallflower, really. Casimir, what do you think? She keeps backpedaling. Press her when she lies, and then present your evidence to counter her arguments. Minister Estelle, can you repeat that? I used to work with Lord Codicus, but now, considering retirement, I've started spending most of my time with the Ministry Library. I hardly ever see him. That's not what I heard. Why would I lie about something like that? He is my boss's boss. I don't work directly with him. I met someone who says you see Codicus often. Admittedly, I occasionally do small tasks for him, but he's still recovering from that awful scandal. He keeps to himself most of the time. You attended his garden party not long ago. Oh yes, I'd nearly forgotten that. There was a large crowd there. I only saw the legate minister from across the roses. I heard there was only a handful of people there. Even at parties, Lord Codicus is off doing his own blah blah blah. Shy, huh? Oh yes, I barely spoke with anyone during the entire party. Beautiful garden, though. A witness said you had an aside with Codicus. He talked. You nodded. Fine. He and I talked, but you'll never learn the topic of that discussion. And you can prove it had anything to do with the Queen. I don't have to prove it. I just have to discredit you.
So perhaps I misspoke. Apologies. I shall revise my statement.
Ty vole, Phoenix Wright jak prase. So what if I work with Lord Codicus? It means nothing. It doesn't change the fact that I was there when Scarlet had her audience with the Queen. Did you hear what the Queen discussed with Scarlet? No, they spoke too quietly, like schoolgirl friends whispering, so no one else would hear. I must have been lost in my own thoughts while the Queen and Scarlet conspired deviously. I heard the word Watch Knights. Isn't that bad tell me more. Isn't that bad enough? Do you know how many people died because the Queen gave Scarlet access to the Watch Knights? Why are you still interrogating me? She's the criminal. Casimir, what do you think? She's clever and slippery, but you can nail down those lies. Catch her off guard when she slips up. They spoke too quietly. That's a lie. You heard everything. I heard hushed words, but I couldn't make out any of them. The Queen seemed pleased, though. Minister Arton heard everything. His ears must be better than yours. I must have been lost in my own thoughts while the Queen and Scarlet conspired deviously. Watch nights. You're making this story up. Did you even hear anything? I meant only I heard only a word or two here or there. Watch night is kind of hard to miss. I'm sure the Queen was arranging to give Scarlet one. Actually, Scarlet wanted permission to study with the Watch Knight's engineer. Isn't that bad enough? Do you know how many people died because the Queen gave Scarlet access to the Watch Knights? I think you're the real criminal here. Aren't you the testy one? No, the Queen agreed to meet with Scarlet later to discuss it in private. She knew what she was doing wrong. Casimir, what do you think? Takže to druhý, jo. I heard the Queen was escorted out for her safety. You weren't there. You can't possibly know how they behaved, unless you question the goat. I spoke with Arton. His version agrees with the Countess's and the goat's. Yes, well, one person's politeness is another friendliness. This means nothing.
If you must know, I'll tell you what really happened.
Tak pojď třetí. It doesn't matter what happened in the throne room. The Queen arranged to meet Scarlet later that evening. She didn't want any of us to hear them, so she sneaked out. You're sticking by that claim they arranged this in the throne room? Absolutely. Their foreheads were practically touching. They were so chummy. They agreed to do something, and what else could it be? So, it was brief. A look, a smile. Maybe they'd already arranged to meet later. I don't know. All I know is that I saw them under that bridge. I'm not the only one who saw her. There was another witness who came forward. A noble woman. Tell me more. Why are you working so hard to protect Queen Jenna? She sold us all out, and now she's just trying to cover her tracks. It was definitely Jenna in a red cape. Casimir, what do you think? You've been whispering the whole time. I won't have it. It's rude. Seriously? Alright, if you would please repeat your statement then. Absolutely, there, blah blah blah. A look, a smile, maybe they'd already arranged to meet later, I don't know, I saw them under the bridge. How many other witnesses do you have in your pockets? Everyone knows we were in school together, there's no secret, but she and I haven't spoken in years. Someone paid her to lie, and I suspect it was you. Why are you working so hard to protect? You told your accomplice to say it was a black cape. No, it was a red cape, I think. Have you forgotten? You're trying to confuse me. It was a red cape, I'm sure of it. Dark red. If you and your old friend can't agree on the color of the Queen's cape... Wait, I remember now. The Queen was in a black cape, yes. Countess Anise was in a red one. Did I forget to mention they were both there? You know the Countess wouldn't let the Queen go anywhere alone. You're saying Countess Anise was there too? What? Clearly, we need to discuss this further, Ensaladia. Good idea. We have to eliminate any doubt at all. If there's even the smallest chance that Estelle is telling the truth, she's not, but we need to hear Annis say she wasn't under that bridge. I'm sure I'd have a sense if this were some kind of mesmer cover-up, don't you think? It doesn't matter. I'll know if the Countess is lying when we ask her. Let's go. Speak with Annis. With Annis we will speak. Teď jsou iluzí, nebo co to je tady?
I've been occupying myself by planning the extermination of this entire cackle of premium.
Jo, iluze, přesně. A ty chudák karach tady.
My apologies for the deception, but I must go to unconventional lengths to protect Kryta.
Countess, Minister Estelle is claiming that you were there at the secret meeting. She's implicating you.
Nonsense. I was at no such meeting. I did, however, receive a mysterious message signed only with the initial E. The note said that Estelle was in a bandit gambling parlor when she was supposedly spying on our queen. Reminding her of this will be enough to make her drop her lie, faster than Farron's dignity.
Tak jo, to bylo rychleji.
You again? I hope you're not planning another interrogation. This is a party, if you haven't noticed. What?
I imagine Countess Anise had a lie to cover up her presence at the bridge. It wasn't her word against mine. Actually, Minister, it's several people's words against you. What are you talking about? Has someone said they testified against me? We have witnesses who will support Countess Anise's story. Traitors to the ministry. Traitors! They'll find themselves in the streets soon. I doubt it. The Queen has positions for those who are honest and honorable. Those are those of us who see through the ministry's lies, and our numbers are growing. Jory would approve, eh, Cass? Goodbye, Minister.
I'll have you know I'm very well connected, and
Your connections can't help with this. We know what you've been up to.
What do you mean?
We know you couldn't have witnessed this supposed meeting with Scarlet. We hear you were busy meeting with some lobbyists that day.
Lobbyist? What are you talking about?
So much for subtlety. You were busy gambling with some ruffians.
Keep your voice down. That's a baseless accusation.
Is that so, Minister Estelle? Perhaps you and I should speak privately and sort this little mess out. Please follow my guards. I'll be with you shortly.
Countess Anise, thank you for inviting us to your party. It's been an entertaining and productive evening.
No one is more delighted by your presence than I. With all that socializing and skullduggery, you must be craving the longest of naps. Now that this messy affair is out of the way, I feel fairly certain Queen Jenna will attend your summit. I think Minister Estelle will soon see the value in cooperating with me, rather than rotting in prison for treason. I may have use for her. On a separate note, I do hope you will stay and join the Queen's entourage, Casimir.
You mean travel with the Queen to the summit? I'd be honored.
Yes, I think that's the right play. You will, of course, have time to relay the full details of your father's story at that time.
Oh, I don't think the Queen would be interested in...
Nonsense. Now go. Say pretty things to my guests and enjoy yourselves for the rest of the evening.
You must visit more often. The party wouldn't have been nearly as much fun without you. The Queen sends her gratitude as well. She can now attend your summit. I'll be there as well, though incognito. That's wonderful news. I appreciate your support, Countess. If you have no objections, I believe I will keep dear Casimir with me for a while. You have much to talk about, don't we, pet? One last question. If you knew Estelle was guilty, why not just out her? Put simply, I'm too close to the Queen for my claims to be believable without support. I'd lose much if our dear Jenna were incarcerated, and the ministers know it. That's where you came in. I understand. Well, I won't keep you any longer. Goodbye for now. Nice. Return to dry top 33. Nějaký progres jsme tam dostali pěkný. Akcept. Jo. Kde pak to jsem? Mystic Forge. Tahle nemá ten skvělý efekt jako v Lance Archu. To by mě zajímalo, kam vede tenhle ten portál, ale... Tady to je běžně... tady jsou crafting stationy. Tady to je běžně na speciální vstupenku. Jinak sem člověk nemůže. A samozřejmě teďka tady není co dělat, takže nás sem klidně pustili, ale musel jsem si to trošku užít, že jsme sem přišli. To je, fuck off, ty vole, chaos. Proč některé věci šly vyhodit a tahle ne? Nesmysl. Nevadí. Ok, takže jsme progresli story. Ani nevím, co jsme to... WTF? Return to dry top. Return to party politics. To jsme neměli označený. Očividně ne. Tady to není moc, co? Kromě těch story. Ty vole, legendární lamy. To ani nevím, jestli jsem kdy dělal. To není nový. Asi jsem to dělal teda, předpokládám. To jsou furt ty starší story. Momentálně je tam stejně novej, ještě jako of the Past, to je Silver Waste. A máme toho co dohánět. Takže budeme pokračovat minimálně ještě jedním story stepem, ale asi ne o moc víc. Uvidíme, jak to bude vycházet časově. Tyva, už nechci číst. Timey. Hi, I have good news and bad news. I'd ask which you want first, but you know, it's mail, so I chose good news first. As you may have noticed, my WRD, waypoint recalibration device, worked like a champion. I've been monitoring the waypoint network, and as the workers repair the waypoints, the vines aren't attacking again. So, did I mention I'm a genius? Now for the bad news. It's Flunt. No surprise there, huh? He insists that I give him a personal demonstration of how the WRD works. It's as if he doesn't believe that my device is actually causing the change. I'm afraid he's going to try to weasel out of coming to the summit. Can you come be my backup? We may have to beat him up or something. Timey. Tak jo. Zpátky do dritopu. Takže tím bychom měli tohle by mělo být recalibrating the waypoints. Ano, tohle je ten story step, tak ten taky doděláme teďka, což je jedině dobře. Proč jsme sletěli dolů sem? Ty vole, tady je to na hovno, já chci být nahoře. No jo, včera do času. Tyva Hulk. Co je to? Puste mě dovnitř. Puste mě dovnitř. Tohle se respawnuje nějak rychle, ne? Infestation cleared, jak to mám udělat, jako clear out the mortars. Jak se mám dostat dovnitř, jako? Co to za píčovinu, hm? No dík. Orikalchum. Yes, enter instance. Ciao, bravo.
I'd go quickly though. Those Asuran representatives are getting impatient.
Au, jsem zapomněl, že nemám glider.
They say your device is affecting waypoints, not ley lines. Why?
Can't you see? I adjusted the settings in the waypoint so they process the flow of magic at a more stable rate. I'll put it in simple language for you. My device interfaces with the waypoints and captures on-the-spot readings of magic's rate of flow through them. Using a complicated algorithm that I devised, it calculates the exact minimum frequency required to keep the waypoint running. It then adjusts the waypoint settings.
Our readings are inconclusive without more information. We must demonstrate this device. Now.
I see you got my message. Thanks for coming so quickly. I hope you brought some weapons. We won't be assaulting Flunt. Okay, but he's insisting on a demonstration. I have some miniature waypoints I created for testing, so we can use those. Alright, maybe give them more juice so the change is obvious. I can increase the flow of ley line magic to them to boost their vibrations. They'll be almost as powerful as a real waypoint. Ready when you are.
What are you whispering about over there?
We're formulating a plan to demonstrate how the device works. You'll note that this chamber has a number of waypoint-like props. We'll show you how it works. In miniature. You see, it's so easy, even a simpleton can do it. Take it away, Bram.
Nuh-uh. You're not fooling me again. Hey, boss. Why don't you take this one?
Great. Now take aim at the waypoint and fire away till its energy is gone.
Check your readings, crew. It is working. Keep at it. I want to see more.
Great. They're eating this up. Go get one more.
Truly impressive work for someone so young.
Whoa, that click was not my fault. Not it. Not it.
You're right, Tom. There's more to that. No way. Keep coming. Think your new toy got him riled up?
Tak pojď nějaký velký, jo.
More than that. It's absorbing the ley line energy. Quick, we need to make sure it can't get any more. Use my recalibration device. Just like before, only with lots of evil plans.
Vole, uhni špeku. Nice. Cože? Se zase postavila, ty vole. Měl jsem střílet na ty waypointy nebo na ní? Aha, sráči. Ty vole, kolik jsem dostal toho blídu. Tak nic, jsem doufal, že ho dám najednou. Au! Prosím, díky, Brame, díky. To čím se zase hýlí. Který neútočí, jo? No teď švihal něco, ne? Tak ne. Doufám, že ty věci pohneš, ale jsem neměl dělat. Měl jsem si to radši vzít. Ne, dobrý, střílí rychle. Je bitá. Jo, teďka místo toho, abych vystřelil určitý počet waypointů, budu muset čekat na určitý počet mordremů, co? To určitě nebylo dobré rozhodnutí. To fuck. Se spawnují furt na té samé straně, tyjo. Tak, kolik ještě? Mám něco dělat jinýho, nebo? Dobrý, už můžeme, jo? Výborně. Fuck off. Ty vole, seriously? Nice. Is it safe to emerge? You're sure? Absolutely sure that there aren't any more coming? I'm sure. The big one was the last one. Yes, well, the big one, as you so quaintly put it, may have friends. There won't be more. We successfully recalibrated all the waypoints. So, as you can see, Counselor Flunt, my device will save the entire waypoint network. You can take me now and later. Was this demonstration to your satisfaction?
The waypoints are protected. Wonderful.
So, will you agree to come to the Grove Summit?
Not so fast, my muscular friend. In light of this new development, I have decided to add further stipulations to the deal.
What? You...
Silence! Timey, as a ward of the College of Synergetics of Radasum, you are required to hand over all inventions for study and documentation. I hereby claim proprietorship over this waypoint recalibration device. I will hold it in trust for you until your graduation.
No! I made this on my own time, outside of Radasum.
Irrelevant. Hand it over like a good progeny, and we will see you at the summit.
No, I won't let you take it.
Tommy, no!
You wouldn't dare disobey your superiors, would you? Just hand it over.
Kid, come on! Calm down and think.
Told you, it's mine! Wretch, bro!
After that delinquent.
Ow. Kde se dá vypnout? Dobrý.
And there she goes. I swear, that kid is gonna be the death of me. My bet is she's headed deeper into the desert. And that means she's either in trouble now or will be very soon. Let's go.
OK, perfektní. A pak je tam ten malý moment, kdy... Ne, teďka to dělat nebudu. Kdy ji doženem tady v poušti a to asi nejsem jistý, co tam je přesně za potřeba udělat za věci. Je zcela upřímně, ale jak se to tady dá vyčistit, když je tady zavřeno zrovna? Tohle bychom měli ještě stíhat docela pohodlně, bych řekl. Tady ten story step snad. A tohle jenom v overworldu, chvíli ji pronásledovat, tady hledat nějaký stopy nebo tak něco, tak. Ajajaj. Bye bitch. Tak. Perfektní. Follow the trail. Pokud mě necháte vyběhnout z kombatu, prosím, prosím, prosím. Nice. Tak jo, kam, cože? Kam to ukazuje? Já vím, že to bylo někde tady na tom výběžku, ale to mám jít jako rovnou, jo? Co tady nahoře nebo dole? Asi ve spod. Ano, tady. Mimochodem tady nemáme odemčilý waypoint, tak si vlastně jenom odemkneme pro snažší používání. No, tady je to jenom takovej sensor, tady se snad ani nebojuje, nebo jo, myslím, že možná jo, s těma golemama, nebo tak něco, ale... Oh no, Scruffy. Tak to ne. To ne, vysráči. Tady je moje otravná mladší sestra. Sice je otravná, ale nedám na ní dopustit. Takže vole, držte od ní ruce pryč, vy. Skurvený sráči. Ty seš taky, ty ses tu vzal kde? Fakt tvrdý. Tvrdák. Opravdu.
Timey, you okay, kid?
Ram, they were all around me. I thought...
Hey now. You're okay. You're fine. They're all gone. We've got your back. You're safe now.
What are they doing here?
Wee. Speak with Timey. It's too soon. I need more time. If they want my device, they can wait. I'll give it up later. Remember, Timey, this is for the greater good. Explain to me how rewarding evil, not to mention left from promising students, is from the greater good. Theft, pardon. They're stealing my genius. You're sacrificing it to get them to the summit. Why do I have to be the one to sacrifice something, especially something this important? Okay, if you really don't want to give it up. No, it's okay. I understand. It just makes me so mad. It's that they don't deserve it. It's my work, but the summit is important. Thanks, Timey.
All right. I'll do anything if it helps us get rid of Mordremoth.
That's a good decision, Progeny. You're lucky to be alive.
That's a good decision, Progeny. You're lucky to be alive.
Timey, remember what we talked about.
Fine, take it. If you break it, you pay for it.
I'm glad you were here. Kid's stubborn, but, well, I can relate. Me too. You got this? I need to get this to the Grove to prepare for the summit. I'll take Timey to the Grove once she's calmed down. Losing her invention and getting cornered by the Inquest really scared her. Seeing all those leaders in one place should cheer her up, though. It's going to be quite the event. See you there. No tak, dobrý. Dobrutky. OK. Co vy tady jste jak mouchy, ty vole, na hovně. Perhaps you're not such a bad influence. You did get her to see reason after all. Yes, I suppose I did. As long as you're coming to the summit, yes? Yes, I'll be there. I can't promise I'll agree to anything you propose, but I'll be there. I gave my word. And we all know how reliable your word is. Haha. I'll get Timmy to the summit. Meet you at the grove. Yeah. Are you okay? I'll be fine. I just need some time. Okay, maybe the summit will cheer you up. Tak jo. Můžeme leavenout instanci a myslím, že stíháme ještě i ten summit. To není zas takový problém. Co? Kam mi to ukazuje? Dobrý. Grove. A to by mělo být poslední tady v té storylince v této epizodě a pak nám tam zbývá teda další a zítra přibude ještě jedna, co se týče story a samozřejmě zároveň i těch věcí okolo. A nicméně drytop už je celý připravený, to znamená, že drytop budeme dělat později. Tedy.
I despise both puns and pet names, Countess. But as long as you hold my billet, I will go where you need me.
Worried your mother might not approve of all your naughty misadventures?
I'm sure she has far larger concerns.
True. You are only one among her thousands of children. Not as dear to her as her firstborn, like our heroic pack marshal.
It may be wiser to focus such commentary on someone without a violent criminal history, Countess.
Something big is happening.
Maybe Quaggins will see someone famous at this summit.
We did it. They're all coming.
So they said. I'll believe it when I see it.
Everyone understands how important this is. They'll be here.
Remember your place here. We have an audience with them. It's not a party.
Agreed. We may not be able to speak at all. They're here to talk to one another.
They'll listen to the boss. I know it.
Není party, jo? Tak ty jo, na to bych se podíval. Check in with Traherne. I had word of the summit from the Mother Tree. You're doing a good thing. Those of us who remember the encounter with Zaita and know how merciless the Elder Dragons can be, I applaud your effort. Your presence is appreciated. I'm only here to give you moral support and to answer any questions the Pact's current plans. You're the one who must make the world leaders see that this is a matter of dire importance. What's happening with the Pact? We've regrouped and regained some of our strength after Zaitan. We had been planning to go after Kralkatorrik, but then we all heard the dragons below. Are you ready to take on Mordremoth? Not yet, but we will be soon. We're setting up a forward camp from which to begin the assault. I will call on you at some point in the future. We'll need your special skills. I've been away. I had noticed, while I would prefer you at my side, I also know that you have been instrumental in saving many lives. You have your own path, my friend. Who am I to say it's less important than mine? It's been one thing after another, I must admit. I suspect you have many stories to tell, and we'll talk more soon. But for now, I believe you have a world to unite. I'm confident that the attendees will listen to you. Good luck. Thank you. Ty musíte kecat v pozadí furt? No jo, já jsem přišel o hodně to dialogu.
Noble intentions don't interest me. What I need is a sharp instrument.
Ticho už, držte tam huby vzadu. Teďka to slyšíte od jiných lidí, než jenom ode mě. Skip, tyjo. Ne, pardon. Ladies and gentlemen, Queen Jenna of the Queensdale, of Divinity's Reach.
Announcing her Royal Majesty.
No dobře, jde ti to trošku líp. Ale jenom o trošku. Příští bude moje, jo? Co je, ty vole? Ok, stojíme. Newt Whitebear of Holbrack.
Representing the Great Lodge of Holbrack, Newt Whitebear.
Councillor Flint, the most assholest of assholes of Ratasum.
On behalf of Ratasum's Arcane Council, Councillor Flunt.
Nějaká poznámka od Tajmy?
What? Hope he trips on his roads.
Representing all the cats of Tyria, Smolder, the unflinching of the Black Citadel.
And finally, Smolder the Unflinching, Imperator of the Black Citadel.
For the Legion.
Veď. Ještě někdo. Warden Ranger. And last but not least, Warden Ranger, the unnamed Silvari, who doesn't even go on the path. Kate, ty vole.
Best behavior, everyone.
Can't wait to see Florent's stupid face when he realizes we're right.
Pardon, I'm sorry to interject myself, but I'm afraid your golem won't be allowed to ascend to the Omphalos chamber.
What? Oh.
This is for grown-ups anyway, Timing. You need to wait for us down here.
You're kidding, right?
Somebody needs to stay down here and guard our backs. We'll be vulnerable up there. I'll tell you all about it later. Promise.
You'd better remember every little detail, Bram. All right, Scruffy and I will guard the way out.
Tahu debaty, vole. Co to má být prostě. Ježiš, ne, tam je strašně moc kecání taky. Mám chuť to přeskočit. Vidříčka. Čau. Nazdar, čau všichni. Jak je? Co tady ty dvě, ty vole?
I'm told you're all familiar with one another, so I won't make introductions. I will, however, let their spokesperson give us a summary. So, without further ado, please begin.
Kde je spokesperson? Já jsem spokesperson? Nice, ty vole, pultík. Ten si pamatuju. Greetings, I'm Enceladia. Thank you for coming. It says much about your leadership that you did. We've all been hearing about Mordremoth's awakening and the damage the Elder Dragon has already wrought. In the time that this dragon has been awake, it has been sending out vines as far as the Iron Marches. Soon, Tyria will be nothing more than a giant briar patch. These vines are malicious. Fort Selma has been destroyed. Fort Concordia as well. Their defenses could not keep out enemy that rises from beneath, shaking the very foundation of their walls and towers. We can't know where it will attack until it does. No one is safe. Our families, our people, our trade routes. Most recently, our waypoints were threatened. They may be again someday. This is why I stand before you and ask that you, the most powerful leaders of Tyria, link arms and armies to get to work together to keep one and all safe and secure. It's up to us. There is no one else. We must unite. We are all Tyrians. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for that information. Esteemed leaders, what are your thoughts?
Mordremoth. Its attacks have been far-reaching but unfocused. Meanwhile, Ascalonian ghosts continue to harass us.
If the Ascalonian ghosts aren't reason enough, we have an army of Flame Legion constantly nipping at our heels, just waiting for us to leave the Black Citadel unprotected so they can invade. And when Mordremoth has destroyed your citadel, what then? That will happen over my dead body. How can you even suggest such a thing? It already destroyed 2 forts. A friend lost her sister in one of those. You should visit us in our territory one day, so you can see how the Flame Legion and Ascalonian ghosts kill our loved ones. Then perhaps you will understand why we can spare no one. Don't you have hope now that you can deal with the ghosts? Yes, I suppose I do, and that does allow me to relax one eye, but only one. You were instrumental in that experiment, and though it wasn't completely successful, I do believe we will be one day. I truly believe that Mordremoth is the greatest threat right now. They're plant creatures, how hard they can be to fight. One good flamethrower, and with all due respect, those two forts were defended by Vigil and Seraph. They were unprepared, taken by surprise. In the future, everyone will be more alert and ready. I saw with my own 2 eyes how these places were torn asunder. I heard it was bad. Okay, I respect you, and that alone is the reason I'm agreeing to explore this. I make no commitment, but I'll participate in the discussions. Thank you, Imperator.
Holbrecht has its hands full with Jormak and the Sons of Svanir. You want us to leave our homesteads to their mercy and go after Mordremoth?
I remember the day Jormak awoke and began spewing cold hatred upon my people. I've lost friends, family, and every single day is a struggle to keep from losing more. Mordremoth doesn't care that you're too busy to fight back. It's coming. Mordremoth is not as yet close as Sons of Svanir. They press in around our homesteads. That is more important. If you wait until Mordremoth attacks to react, it will be too late. I do not command an army. My people make up their own minds and follow their own legends. Then make them aware. Join the discussion and relay what you hear. That is something I can do. The hunters chose their own prey, but I can make sure they know what's coming. I know many who would leap at a chance to fight a dragon. That's all I ask.
Wolfborn and hunters who are eager to face the prey of a lifetime. They'll come.
Gick to vole. Treherne. Aren't you being a bit alarmist? What does Treherne have to say? I want to know what he and the Pact are doing about all this. It's their job, after all. You've seen for yourself what Mordrim can do, Counselor. And if I may interrupt, the Pact Commander has far more knowledge about Mordremoth than I do. I am here to learn, to listen, and to consider, as you all should. The Pact is not all-powerful. I'm sure the Pact will do what they can, but they won't be enough. Won't be enough? Why not? You took down Zaitan. What's so different about this one? Just do it again. We lost many in that fight. The Order's numbers are reduced. Well, that's your responsibility. Many of those lost were Asura. All the more reason to not cut yourself off from the rest of us. We have ample protection. Are you saying we should put ourselves on the line to protect all of you? We are safe in Ratasum. Are you? Like you were safe underground? Point well made. Though it galls me to admit, if we hadn't come to the surface, Prime Orders and his destroyers would have annihilated my people. Then you see the wisdom in joining forces with others who also want safety. For now, we will continue to study this situation and participate in discussions with the other races. For now. Thank you, Counselor.
Much as I am loath to admit it, Ratasum has evidence of Mordremoth's insidious invasion. Its tendrils prey on the magic that powers our waypoints and gates.
I don't doubt that Mordremoth is a great threat to Tyria, but the safety of my people must be my foremost priority.
Ty vole, tak to bylo nejnudnější ever. We are brave and strong, but we are few for so long. We've been at war. Centaurs run right up to our doorstep. Every week I send letters of condolences to families who have lost loved ones. Your situation is no different than any of these others. Tady nemůžu mít hlas, protože mluví stejná ženská. Perhaps that's true, but we all have a responsibility to protect our people and see them prosper. But I'm not ashamed to admit that I don't see how this will work. What are you asking of us? All I'm asking is that you talk to one another. Talk? How will that help? I can barely get a ceasefire with the Char, and you want us to coordinate our efforts against the dragons. There is a chance to solidify relations with the Char over a common enemy. You make a good point. Still, I cannot promise today that we will march into battle with you. If you'll join the discussion, you'll find the best way to contribute. I do have strategists and researchers that aren't needed to fight centaurs. I can form them into a team and ask the best way to proceed against Mordremoth. The entire world is in grave danger. We all have a role to play. Yes, I believe I see. You have opened my eyes to the breadth and depth of this threat. It's not another kingdom that is in danger. It's all our kingdoms, all our peoples. Magic is the lifeblood of Tyria. Without it, I hate to think. I will explore how my people can support the effort. You have my word. And I don't have all the answers, but we'll find them if we work together.
I will dedicate a special force to dealing with this new threat. If there is no Tyria, there is no divinity's reach.
You have all given me hope for Tyria. It seems we...
Pay attention.
Weapons out! We're under attack!
The enemy is here. Defend yourself.
Hey guys, we've got uninvited company down here.
Up here, too.
You can all hold the line. Send the leaders down once it's safe.
You can't. We crossed the lift as soon as they got here. You're trapped up there.
No, we're not. Cass, start preparing us.
Already on it.
Okay. Let's clear out the boardroom and get the leaders to Cashmere's portal. Come on.
Špeku. Co s ním mám promluvit, nebo? Newte. Ty vole, on zdrhnul první, jo? No tak ty seš. Come closer. Yes. Yes, I can sense you clearly now. I am weakened. Are you okay? What happened to you? I can't take much more. That assault was fierce. Those Mordrim tore at my roots and battered my branches. And be warned, there is another Mordrim. Yes, one of the most dangerous. It comes directly from Mordremoth. You know it from your dream. It draws nearer. If I die, you will not die today, Mother. Where is it then? Tell me. Shh. Listen. You will hear it approach. I will stand in its way. Oj. Nás tady nechali tyhle samotný a teďka mám bojovat s drakem úplně sám. Pardon, jsem prozradil, že to je drak. Spoiler. Wow. To byl takový moment. Původně myslím, když se to stalo poprvé. No, tak ale dělejte. Ty píčo. Ty vole, to jsou šlupky. Já si lehnu. Ne, já si lehnu. Nemám někdo zvednout. Ej. Oj. Nice, já mám týfy naštěstí. Ty mě možná zvednou. Možná. Ne. Dobře, nevadí. Checkpoint, to jistí. Tak jo, pojď. OK, to byla rychlá burn fáze. Ty vole. Má jaký divný hitbox. Jasný, OK, fajn, tohle je cajk. Au. Zas. No tak, to už umlátím, ne? Nice. Tak kde seš? Co? Jsi zranitelný? OK. Opět. Nice, hezký oči. Štvané. Opportune dodge. Už jsi zranitelný zase, nebo ne? Máš tady nějaký další tendrily? Bych měl někdy využít tu fázi, abych se trošku ohýlil. Good dodge. Musím pochválit sám, když to neudělá nikdo za mě. Nikdo tady nezbyl. Au. Jak? Proč? Ne, vrať se. Správně, jdi do hajzlu. Já si to s tebou ještě vyříkám.
The threat has been quelled for now. Oh, please come closer.
Ooh.
Please, I must share something with you. I'm fading.
Orin, our first glimpses. Pardon za ten kurzor v obrazu. No jo, postali se ani. Jsem tu, hoši.
You are a welcome guest.
Rely on iron, not false gods.
We'll head back as soon as we've helped the Sylvari. That's thoughtful of you, Imperator. Then what? Then I have a strategy session with my tribunes. They need to know what I learned here today. After that, I'll delegate someone to work with the other races. That's a smart plan. I know. Yes, Imperator. It would appear that you were right. This attack kills any doubts I had about how dangerous Mordremoth is. Please, if you learn anything else about it, would you let me know? I'll pass along any information I can. Yes. Wolf would be proud of the beating we gave the dragon. I can't wait to tell my sons about this. They'll start polishing their weapons to fight Mordremoth before I even finish telling the tale. You fought well. As much as I appreciate your efforts in fending off that monstrosity's attack, I'm anxious to depart this overly fragrant hothouse and relay these developments to my colleagues in Ratasum. You may leave whenever you like, Counselor. Now is good. Vypadni už, vole. Čím dřív vypadneš, tím líp ty. Zmetku. I am leaving now. I find I am eager to return to Forn Trinity to continue our preparations against Mordremoth. This reminds me of a blight gas at Claw Island. Poor Lion's Arch. It has had more than its fair share of bad luck lately. Far more. There is an intelligence behind the attack that does not fit what I know about Elder Dragons. Agreed, the attack was too well timed. We need more information. Who knew about the summit? Only those present and anyone they told. Too many. Information like that leaks like water through cotton. Not helpful. Someone sent the shadow of the dragon after us. You remember that creature from a dream, don't you? How could I forget? The things we see in our dreams have a way of coming around. Your wild hunt. Do you feel the call yet? I haven't for some time, but I feel it now. Is this a new one? It is the same one. You helped to destroy Zythan, but what did not complete your wild hunt? The next phase is beginning. The Elder Dragons. Modromat.
Oh my gods. That was horrible. I'm still shaking.
Is the pale tree going to be okay?
No one seems to know. The Sylvari I talked to have never seen her like this. That dragon hurt her badly.
That Zephyrite saboteur had a note on him that pointed to an important target. The leader. You think he meant the pale tree?
I think he took that answer to the grave. But this dragon minion sure convinced people that this summit wasn't a waste of time after all.
Are you feeling okay, boss? You've got a strange look on your face. Hi there.
What happened up there? The pale tree, before she lost consciousness, gave me a vision. A vision? What kind of vision? I don't know. There was a golden light and crystals everywhere. You sure the dragon didn't just give you a bump on the head? Positive. The pale tree showed me. It felt like a call to action. What action? What was she talking about? I'm afraid I don't know. It's okay. We'll figure it out. Yeah, and the first thing is to learn all we can about dragons. Just tell us how we can help. Cass and Jory, I want you two to go to the Diamond Priory. Research is right up my alley. We'll go straight there. One of us will mail you when we have had enough information to share. Thanks. Timey, you need to continue your own research, but keep it quiet. Yeah, we don't want any more nosy counselors butting in and derailing my work. I'll be discreet, boss. Everyone will think I'm just doing schoolwork. Perfect. Bram and Rox, stay close to Timey in case she needs anything. You got it, boss. But what about you? What are you going to do? Decipher that vision. Tyria's future depends on it.
Very well, Colonel. Playtime is over and you've passed your audition. You're to go with them. Why? I want you to learn what you can about the Pack's plans. Follow them to their staging area. I need someone there who knows how to get the job done. And I believe you may be that someone.
I shall prove you correct until we meet again.
Co jsme dostali za mail ještě? More trouble at Fort Selma. Greetings, Ensalada. I'm sending you a young explorer named Campbell to investigate the strange activities at Fort Selma. If I know you were at the battle that claimed the lives of many Seraph. All my other explorers are tied up with missions or preparing to leave with the Pact. I will need someone I can trust to ensure Campbell's safety. Will you return to Fort Selma and meet her there? Your efforts on my behalf are appreciated. To nevím, jestli musím dělat tenhle ten story step, možná se na něj vykašlu. Nevím, jak moc je to ještě The Ghosts of Fort Selma součástí toho story. Pardon, to hledáme tady v History Journal. Echoes of the Past. A to už patří do Echoes of the Past, což... koukám, že ten Gold Pads mám hotový už z předchozího toho. A jak to teda vypadá s těma achievementama, když se podíváme teďka do bonus events, to by mělo být tady, ne? Hidden Depths, Return to Kate's Reconnaissance, Return into the Labyrinth. No asi to budeme dělat jenom jako v rámci toho, aby jsme měli prostě ty streamy úplný, ale je toho hodně, no. Nevím, kdy se k tomu dostaneme, jak moc budeme stíhat to, jakým způsobem tam přidávají ty věci. Dobře, jakože jsme teďka dodělali to story až po tuhle epizodu a teoreticky jsme demonstrovali, no ani ne vlastně, ale tak za stream, že se dá udělat jedna epizoda. Teoreticky bych mohl prostě navýšit to jeden stream v jednom týdnu a uděláme story, ale pak je tam samozřejmě ta otázka těch map, že jo, a jako takovejch. Že ještě nemáme všechny achievementy tady jako v tom panelu, musíme udělat všechno tohle a to jsme z toho něco už udělali v podstatě nedopatřením, když jsme dělali story. Silver Waste bude taky podobná věc, že si jako budu šetřit na zvlášť stream, protože budu chtít určitě to dělat v rámci těch legendárek, ale zítřejší epizoda ještě by měla přidat něco ze Silver Waste a nicméně posléze ty další týdny, co budou přidávat, tak by měly být teoreticky o něco snazší, protože tam přece jenom nebude muset řešit ty mapy, respektive to, že bychom si je šetřili na nějaký speciální epizody streamu, ale můžeme v podstatě dělat už při tom streamování toho story, takže tam to bude, jednak tam potom už jako přestali přidávat mapy nějak jako pravidelně, ale jednak i ty, co přidali potom třeba právě v sezóně 3, tak ty z těch se určitě legendárky netýkají. Takže tam je prostě můžeme prozkoumávat už během dělání toho story, aniž bychom si je šetřili na speciální stream, takže v tom to bude snad snazší a snad s tím trochu pohneme. Každopádně samozřejmě pořád ještě myslím na můj legendární track, a jelikož mají přidávat tu zbrojnici legendární. Každopádně to bude dneska všechno. Dnes už nebudu chtít ukázat na streamu nic dalšího, takže se s vámi rozloučím a uvidíme se na viděnou Bůh ví kdy. Až bude chvíle času. Zatím čau.